guys? It's Temperamental, hosted by Girl Kevin. Hey, everybody likes me the best. Boy Kevin, he sucks and he's fat. See, you can't say that because now I have to bleep it. You're being very offensive. This is why you can't host the show. All right, get out of my chair. 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 Okay, I will share it with you. Okay, I don't want to sit on you. Careful. Hold on, I gotta change. Oh, I gotta fix this one. All right, okay. Are we recording? I think we are, yeah. Okay. Can I share at least? Can we share? Sharing is caring. Can you just scooch over? I'm going down. You don't move, I'm gonna sit on you. And that's on you. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 83 of Temperamental. We're here to break the curse. We're here to break. You remember when Lumiere is like, she is here to break the spell? That is what we're doing because the show is cursed. Because episode 82 was a complete cluster. It was a cluster. I wanted you to say, can you meow when I say that? It was a cluster. See? I made her swear instead of me. Everything went wrong with episode 82, you guys. Egg on my face. Second episode that I've done being a part of my new podcast network, and I totally pooped the bed. I pooped my jammies, I pooped right in them, and we gotta fix it because so many things went wrong, you guys. If you tuned in, so here's the deal, okay. So, oh my gosh, okay, if you're gonna jump on me, just give me a little warning. Thank you. I did so many things wrong. Number A, no cats. I got rid of the cats and I only had Riley. Turns out you guys are not dog people at all. You guys go on and on in the comments about like, where's Riley? We like dogs. Where's Riley? Why is she in the podcast anymore? Well, you know what? I gave you Riley and you absolutely rejected her. She's sad. She's crying right now. You made a redhead cry. And I know what that's like. You did that. That's a sin. Number B. So as part of this new podcast network, they're like, you know, it'd be really cool if you like trained your audience, like you're my circus poodles, if I trained you guys to always tune in at the same day and time, instead of just posting your podcast whenever you want to, which is what I was doing before. It really was a like, I'll post it when I want. And then you guys were like, when is she going to do it? I don't know. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, maybe in a month and a half. Who knows? So the guys at Rogue very intelligently were like, hey, can you just post like at the same time and day every week? And I'm like, I don't know, but sure, I'll try it. So I get the podcast all edited, right? I get it scheduled. I upload it a different way. They want me to upload it a different way through this thing called Megaphone. Never done it before, but it's supposed to be better. I upload it through Megaphone, and I schedule it through Megaphone, which is supposed to go on Spotify and supposed to go to all the places, and I upload it and I schedule it. Sorry about that. And guess what? Doesn't go. I don't know what I did. Hey. I'm sorry I yelled. Hey. Come here. I'm sorry. Just come back. To break the curse, we're going to do a couple classic temperamental jokes right now. First, we're going to go, wee. You know what we haven't done in a while? TJ Maxx. You should go TJ Maxx. Oh, you're so cuddly. So we got some TJ Maxx. This is all going to break the spell. Oh, how about me hitting Brendan in the face with the lunchbox? Let's do that one. I'll do it.
What?
Come here.
Oh.
Okay, so we got all the good juju going. We got all the classic jokes. We got Kevin here. She's covering me in cat hair. This is all good. So number B, the thing that I did wrong is that I uploaded it and I scheduled it and then it didn't go anywhere. So it wasn't on Spotify and I didn't notice. And then number C, guess what your girl did? I've been training you guys to come to my YouTube channel on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. because I'm going to debut the show. And so there's this whole premiere, right? There's like this countdown and it's like a big deal. It's like, guess what? We're counting down to Temperamental episode 82. Yay! And you guys were there and you were excited. And then what happened? Episode 81 happened. I uploaded the wrong video file. I uploaded the wrong one. See, I like to stay very organized by naming all of my video files like temperamental-EP and then the number of the episode. So the good thing is that I'm organized. The bad thing is that they all look the same. So when I'm in a hurry to like upload this thing, I selected the wrong one. So you guys sat there for the premiere and you were excited, and then you just got the same video file. That was the previous week. Yes! Nailing it! Winning! Tiger blood! We're doing it! Yeah, so I'm really sorry about that. And I didn't even see it until 2 hours later. I was like looking at, I'm like, oh, did anybody watch it? And I went to the comments and everyone's like, this is the wrong video. This is last week. And I'm like, oh no. I was not happy. But thank you guys for alerting me to that. That was, you're a real one for that. But we're here to break the spell. We're here to just like put all the good juju back into this show and make it as chaotic as possible. So thank you for coming back, unless you've abandoned me forever. That's totally fine. I realized something about myself recently that I feel like Michael Scott as Prison Mike talking to his staff in the office whenever somebody asks me about AI music. I do not like the person that I become when somebody's talking to me about AI music. And this happened again recently. First of all, I don't know if you can see in the camera, I am covered, my leggings are white at this point because I'm wearing black leggings, and Girl Kevin was here and she shed so much hair. How does she even shed this much hair? She was here for 2 minutes. Girl Kevin, no. So recently I was with a friend, and he was like, hey, so I think that like regular music created by musicians is dead. And I was like, you want to run that by me again? And he's like, yeah, I think that music created by musicians is dead. And I'm like, yo, heard you the first time. Just wanted you to back it up a little bit. Back it up, bro. Don't come at me with that kind of energy. Okay, I'm already mad, but go ahead and tell me what you think. And he's like, yeah, so I've been creating these songs with this team of people, and we think they're pretty good. And everybody we've shown them to, they think that they're pretty good. Now, look, we all know that this has been happening. What was it? Velvet Sundown, Velvet Sunshine, whatever the hell it is. It was a fake band created by a dude, and he had all fake generated photos, all fake music, all fake bio. Everything was AI generated. And he uploaded all of it, and it became a massive success. And everybody listened, and over 1 million Spotify streams, like multi-million Spotify streams. And yeah, and then eventually it came out where the guy was like, this is all AI. So obviously that has made every uncreative person in the world think that now they're creative and they can make AI things. Yay for them. Good. Go for it. Except not go for it, because my friend came to me and he was like, hey, can you just listen to these tracks? And yeah, he played them for me. And I didn't enjoy just like the bubbling rage. Do you know the difference between magma and lava? Magma is the thing inside the earth that's just like ready to erupt, ready to ruin your day, ready to take out Pompeii. Dude, if I was a freestyler, that would have been the most amazing freestyle of all time. Really, really good. But I can't freestyle. But anyway, the magma inside of me was just like bubbling as I was sitting there listening to this music that he was playing me. And I'm like, okay, first of all, this is shit, okay? This is just like all the 4-chord bullshit songs that you hear all the time with like no creativity, totally derivative, terrible lyrics, cheesy, pop, awful. So I was already mad just listening to it, and I was like readying my argument of how much I hated it. But I tried to not be a total jerk, right? I tried to like come at him like, okay, well, here's my problems with it. First of all, it's a robot, and I I think that music should pull from real experience. I think that the artist that you're listening to should be telling you something from their past, something very specific that they have experienced, that they want to relate to you, because when you're listening to somebody sing, you want to have a shared experience. You want to be like, that human went through the same type of breakup that I am going through, and I have somebody else on this earth who understands it in a very poetic way, in a way that I can't put into words, but they put it into words. And I know that that person went through what I'm going through. And it is somehow a human-to-human connection, which is very beautiful. So first of all, a robot doing that. No. I'm not gonna, I don't relate to a robot just stealing lyrics and ideas from human artists and putting it together in a way that they're like, these 4-chord progressions seem to do really well. Yes, 4-chord progressions. We go from G to A minor to D to C, yes, and back again. Yay, good for you, robot. You figured out a very likable 4-chord progression. And you've stolen lyrics and ideas from humans. Good for you. You put a song together. So, I'm so mad. I'm trying to kind of kindly explain this. And my friend is like, yeah, but if people like it anyway, who's to say it's not good music? Instantly, I'm losing control. I'm totally Prison Mike, right? I'm Michael Scott getting so mad at his his whole office full of people who think that prison is better than Dunder Mifflin, and he's putting on the thing, and he's like, I'm Prison Mike, and every day I eat gruel, and I can't go outside because of the Dementors, and they're sucking up your soul. I get so rageful. And the whole thing is that he's trying to convince everybody at Dunder Mifflin that working for him is better than going to prison. But he's doing it in such an insane way that it's laughable and comedic. And then at the end, you get Toby telling him, dude, they're just making fun of you. They're teasing you. Obviously, working here is better than going to prison. They get to go home to their families. They have free will. They can do whatever they want. So I definitely turn into Prison Mike. Absolutely. Because his argument, my friend, was like, but if everybody loves this song, who's to say it's not good music? And that's when I just lose my mind, and I'm like, yeah, but most people have really bad taste in music, and it's only because we've been conditioning them to like really bad music. And if they would go back and they would listen to the original shit, then they would understand the Led Zeppelin and Van Halen, listen to all the Beatles, how they would, the Elvis, and who's the guy with Sean, who sings Folsom Prison? Johnny Cash! Johnny Cash! Go and listen to these bands who all recorded at the same time in a record studio, right? They're in a studio. They're all recording at the same time. They're looking at each other in the eye. They're making real music. They're feeling each other. The lyrics came from a real experience. They are taking their collective talent and their collective feelings, and they're giving it to the public so that the public can feel what they are feeling and relate to them somehow and understand their own existence better. And when I say that, I look and sound like a raving lunatic, similar to what is happening right now. And so I have a hard time. I can barely put the argument into words, because you cannot stop AI. You really can't. You can't stop it. It's going to do what it's going to do. You cannot put any kind of legislature, Christian Slater. You can't put any of that in place, because it's just going to keep going. It's going to keep going and going. You cannot stop it. There's going to be a million EDM artists and DJs and country singers and just of every genre. AI music is going to take over. You cannot stop it. And AI voiceover is already happening. We don't need humans for that anymore. AI is just taking over. And I think one of the biggest crimes of AI right now is everything looking so perfect. So it's already bad that you have these women. And I'm not anti-woman. I'm a woman. I love women. I'm not. Everybody can look how they want. But I'm just saying, all the injectables and the fillers and the lip plumpers and the filters that we're all using, everybody's trying to look just like a Kim Kardashian clone. And that's great. You look as pretty as you want to be. You can do what you want. But I think humans should look a little funny. I really think that. I think now more than ever, when you see perfection that AI is giving us, and you see these filters that make anyone look just gorgeous, even dude, they have video filters now. You can do like a selfie video dancing in front of your camera, and there is a filter that will take about 20 pounds off of you, and you would have no idea that it's a filter. Dude. So, when I was a kid, I was very ugly. That's not true. I was cute, but I wasn't pretty. I had big cheeks, really big cheeks, and I was very, very freckled, and I was blind for a long time, so I had really, really thick glasses, and I had really, really bad tooth problems. So I had so many issues, dudes. I had I've had a palate expander. I had 4 oral surgeries. I had 3 sets of braces. I had teeth stuck up in my head that had to be pulled down by a chain. Just you name it, I had it with my mouth. It was really bad. So I had a lot of hardware in my mouth at any given time growing up. We're talking ages 10 through 13, 14, 15, in that area. And I was self-conscious about it because I already looked like Jan Brady. I'm already trying to look like, who's the pretty one? Marsha. I'm already trying to look like Marsha. And I'm full Jan. Full Jan. So all of the dental hardware didn't help. All having to wear glasses didn't help. The way my mom dressed me didn't help. Just neon turtlenecks and side ponytails and really big hanging 80s earrings. I'm 9. Don't put that on me. This is bad. I look like I should be starring in a jazzercise video. So it was already hard for me growing up because I didn't look at myself and consider myself pretty at all. And I was a competitive dancer, so I was always dancing with girls who had perfect bodies because we were all dancers. Even though my body was good because I was in shape and I was dancing all the time, I was always dancing with girls who were they had the body and they were gorgeous. I was dealing with that okay, I want to be pretty, but I'm not. I'm very Pippi Longstocking. You would categorize me with Pippi over there. Very Annie. Very Annie. Without a daddy Warbucks, just poor Annie in Spokane, Washington. So pretty early on, my dad was a computer programmer and he hooked me up with my own laptop and my own computer system, and he gave me Photoshop. It was Photoshop Elements. So one of the first versions of Photoshop, and I took to it like a fish to water, honestly. It jived with me instantly. I understood the program. I understood what it could do. I understood how to use it. And I would spend hours and hours on this program learning how to use it. And one of the ways that I learned how to use it was to Photoshop my head and my friends' heads on movie characters and on celebrities and movie posters. Honestly, it's so silly and it's so cringe. And if you talk to any of my friends and cousins that I did this to, they would shudder at how cringy it was at the time. But let me tell you, doing that gave me the Photoshop skills that I have today. But I got so good at retouching photos, and I got so good at, superimposing heads onto other bodies for fun, that I think even that kind of screwed with my mind a little bit, right? Because I'm looking at a computer and I've retouched a photo and I've seen on my computer screen what I would like to look like. But I didn't look like that. I was just really good at retouching photos. So even at that young age, it was kind of starting to mess with me. And I wanted to look like how I looked on the computer, and I can only imagine if I had AI back then when I was like I said, 10 to 13, that age range when you're really trying to figure out who you are. I can only imagine how it would have f***ed with me if I had AI to make me look gorgeous. The way AI takes any of us and was here's 10 photos of you. that we have generated. And it's just like you, but like better looking. Like, okay. Thanks, AI. Great. It already hurts as an adult. I can only imagine how it hurts as a kid. Because if I would have had that at a young age, I would have been like, oh my gosh, that's what I should be looking like. And then also it can make me a mermaid. And also it can make me a cast member in The Lord of the Rings. Oh my God, this is what I want. This is my dream coming to fruition on my computer screen, except for I'm 13 and all my dreams are stupid, right? Most of them. Okay? Dumb. It's so stupid to want to be that perfect and want to be that pretty. And I understand that now. And I know the struggle that I had as a kid. And gosh, I can only imagine how much worse it is right now for kids. And it freaking scares me. And all I can say is that right now I am looking for flaws more than ever. You scroll through your feed and you see something that you know is AI. I don't know if you're like me, but I scroll as fast as I can. I get past it. I don't care. I don't want to see what a computer can come up with. I want to see the flaws of humanity. I want to see something so insane that only a human could do. Something so deranged that a computer could never come up with it. And recently I had a bunch of musicians in the studio and we needed to record something that sounded live, right? And so the way that we did that was we were all in the studio at the same time and we were all singing and drumming and playing guitar and we were all playing at the same time and we had to get a take that was great from beginning to end in one take. We couldn't do that thing that everybody else does where you just record the drums and then you just record the guitars and then you do the vocals later and then you layer another backup vocals. We couldn't do that. We needed it to sound live and we did it all at once. And it was really cool in that moment because I felt like I was back in the days of the Beatles. I was back in the days of Johnny Cash, like back when they all just had to nail it in one take all together. And you heard the peaking of the audio and you heard the flaws in the singing. You heard a flat note here and there. You heard a bad note on the guitar. You heard it, but it just felt real. And I can't tell you how much I'm yearning for that now more than ever. And it's funny, this is the part where all the audio listeners are going to get super mad at me because I'm going to show some pictures. Switch to YouTube or Spotify video if you'd like to see the rest of this episode, but I'll explain it as best I can. I would say the best antidote that I had as a kid for feeling like I needed to be pretty all the time was being forced to be very ugly in front of the world. And this happened many times. And it was difficult for me, but I cannot tell you how happy I am that it happened now looking back. So my first job where this happened was I was on the cover of an album for a band called Sugar Bomb. And I've talked about this before, but this was the first instance of it happening. I was, again, in competitive dance. I had just started acting. I had just started interacting with other girls in Hollywood who were actors who were my age, who looked like supermodels. And I'm like, okay, these are the most beautiful people I've ever been around in my life. I don't hold a candle to them. So I had just kind of started that journey. And my first modeling job was I got hired for this album cover for a band called Sugar Bomb. And the reason that I got the job is because, again, I was going through this dental work and I had a palate expander. It just takes the roof of your mouth and just pulls it apart. Just pulls it apart as hard as it can to make room for your teeth or something. I don't know. I'm not a dentist. But I had to put this key in my mouth like every day that like widened it. It was so excruciatingly painful. But not only was it painful, it also made you hideous because I had just this big gap in my front teeth. Big. You couldn't fit a quarter through it. You could fit 5 quarters through it. It was massive. But because I had these really ugly teeth, that was one of the reasons why they wanted me for this album cover because it was called Bully, and I needed to look like a mean little girl. And so when I was grimacing with my ugly teeth, I looked very mean and ugly, and it was perfect for the album cover. So good for them. They got their photo. It met the brief, but also I'm still 12. And it's still my ugly face on a CD cover in front of the world, in front of my friends, right? Thankfully, I was homeschooled. Didn't have a lot of friends, so that helped a lot. Can only imagine. If I had a lot of friends, that'd been bad. But it was a moment of like, okay, but you're working, right? Like, this is a job. This is a really cool thing that you're doing. Doesn't really matter if you think that you're ugly in this photo. Like, this is a cool job. So that was the first instance of it. And there was a moment in all that season 7. I'm not going to call out who it was because it's mean. But somebody on the set made that photo the wallpaper of the computer in the schoolroom. And it's not that this person didn't like me, but I think they were just trying to make a joke, right? Like, all of us were always joking all the time, and we were making fun of each other. But I went in the schoolroom one day and I went to the computer, and my face on that album cover was all over the wallpaper. It was one of those, like, remember back in the day when you'd set something as a wallpaper and it just like tiled it? So there was like 12 of them on the old computer screen, this old monitor, the big thick one, you know? And I didn't think it was very funny. I did not think it was very funny. I knew somebody was making fun of me and didn't like it. And instead of like owning it like I would now, at the time I did not think it was very funny because this was a new era of Lisa. I'm now a series regular on Nickelodeon's All That, my favorite show. And now all of a sudden this past job is coming back where like now I'm, reminded of when I was the ugliest I've ever been. Didn't like it at all. And I had somebody from the set, again, I'm just not here to name names, but somebody from the set sat me down and was like, hey, you need to be proud of this. You need to be proud of this image. They made me look at it and they're like, look at this image. You need to be proud of this because that was a job that you booked, and it's hard to book jobs in Hollywood, and they selected you and you did this job and you fulfilled the brief and you made that album better for that band because you were on the front of it. And kind of explaining to me that actors need to be chameleons, right? I'm not a model. If I was a model, that'd be one thing, but I'm an actor. And actors need to be able to become anything we need to be for the project we've been hired to be a part of. And that chat, honestly, like changed my life. Like it really did. I was crying. I was in the schoolroom on All That on Nick on Sunset. And I was crying, and this person sat me down and they were like, "You need to be proud of this. This is a job to be proud of." And I think they even said something beautifully poetic, like in 30 years you're gonna look back and be really proud of this. And it has. Look, I'm not that old. It hasn't been 30 years yet, but I am proud of it now. And that did it rebalanced my brain chemistry, just that conversation, which I'm so happy about, because I was still on All That for many of my teenage years. And for anybody, teenage years are very formative years, right? You're discovering who you are. You're discovering your own style. You're having crushes for the first time. You're going on dates for the first time. And things just mean more to you when you're in your teens, because that's your reality at the time. So I'm really glad that chat happened early on, because there's lots of examples of me being hideously ugly on television in front of everyone. And first was the Bully album, and then I was Nickelodeon dressed me up as Eliza Thornberry for the premiere of the Wild Thornberrys movie, where I interviewed Tim Curry and pretty sure like Steven Seagal, like massive celebrities. And the way that they dressed me up like Eliza Thornberry was just one of the ugliest times I've ever looked. Like, it was really bad. They slicked all my hair back. They put me in this giant hideous wig with these braids coming out the top, just like Eliza Thornberry, had these giant glasses, and it was off season of All That, so I had my braces back on. I had my braces put on every time we were done filming, and every time we started filming a season, they would take them back off. So I had 3 or 4 sets of braces throughout my teens. Horrible, but who cares? I was on All That. It's way better. So I was working this red carpet dressed in this hideous wig, looking like Eliza Thornberry, very ugly, very bad. It's interviewing celebrities I've looked up to since I was a kid and just trying to own it and not feel self-conscious. Another instance was we filmed a sketch called The Rouge Necks on All That, like the rednecks, but the Rouge Necks is still what we did there. And I was the grandma. And they slicked my hair back and they put me in a gray wig and they blacked out a couple of my teeth and they didn't put any makeup on me. And this was like, I want to say season 9 or 10, where I'd very much gotten used to the makeup. I liked the makeup. I liked that my makeup artist, Michael, could just always make me look gorgeous no matter what. But he was like, you don't get makeup for this one. We're just going to black out your teeth, put a gray wig on you, and that's just going to be it. And I'm like, cool. And also you pop out of a barrel with a roll of toilet paper and say, I'm trying to use the restroom. Do you mind? Imagine having a crush on any boy and then doing that sketch and having them see it. Can you imagine? Thankfully, I didn't have any crushes. I only had celebrity crushes on gay men, so it didn't really affect me. But still, I popped out of a barrel, shaking toilet paper with blacked out teeth and a gray wig, shouting, "I'm trying to use the restroom. Do you mind?" So ugly, really hideously bad, like hideously. But at that point, I'd been on All That for 3 or 4 years. I was really used to it, and. Gosh, I had a couple notes. I lost my phone. But yeah, I'm really happy that happened. I'm happy that I was forced to be the ugliest I've ever been on TV in front of everyone. And yeah, I mean, even fast forward to when I returned to All That in 2020, either 2019 or 2020, right before the pandemic struck, I was in a parody of Stranger Things.
Look, Will's calling his mom right now.
Hello?
Where's my son? What have you done with my boy? Will! On the new All That. And once again, I had like no makeup. They wanted me to be the Winona Ryder character. Can't remember her name. Sean, what was her name? No, her character's name. Joyce Byers. It was Joyce Byers. So I had to be Joyce Byers in a Stranger Things parody because I did a really good impression of her. And the day came where they dressed me up as Joyce, and I'm like, this is not good. The wig made me look like a Ramone. What's one of the Ramones? CJ. One of the, what? Marky. It made me look like Marky Ramone, dude. Horrible wig, no makeup, plaid shirt, like really bad. I looked really bad, but it didn't matter because I was playing a comedic character and I owned it and I did a great job and I had a really fun time. But yeah, you know, I'm now at the age where everyone around me is getting Botox and getting facelifts, and all the actors that I grew up competing against who ended up doing a lot better than me. It's fine. But like the Emma Stones and the Lindsay Lohans, like they're all, the Anne Hathaways, like they're all getting like crazy surgery. And it's hard because I'm like, okay, well, they're my age. Like, should I be doing that? Like, should I be trying to look like a wax figure who like mysteriously wandered out of Madame Tussauds at midnight and only the security cameras caught it? Right? Like, am I supposed to be looking like everybody else? I don't know. But I'm not. There's plenty of flaws that I have that I would love to change that I'm not, right? Like I have a bump in my nose that I hate and I look at it every day and I'm like, but whatever, it's fine. My makeup, dude, I've had makeup that I have used for like so long that's just given up on me, right? Like I have the same makeup I've used for like 10 years and I'll use it now and it's just like, man, yikes, we would love to make your skin look nice, but like we're out. I'm sorry, like we can't do this anymore. Like I have this under eye concealer I've used for years. It doesn't work anymore. It just like flakes and gets all creasy and I'm just like, what are you doing? It's me. Don't you recognize me? And they're like, it's been real. Bye. And they just jump out of the plane like, hooey. No, Riley, you can't be. Nope, you're poison to the show. You can't be on it. No, Riley, no. You're what cursed last week's episode, so you can't be here. People don't like you. People have voted you off my island. Oh, don't be cute and lick me. Good dog. But anyway, I'm not saying that, like, I'm not gonna, I don't know, eventually do, like, a little classy Botox here and there. I don't know. I don't have answers for you. I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna do it. I'm not gonna say any of that. I think anybody can do anything they want to look how they feel confident, but I don't think AI is helping. I certainly don't think AI is helping. I think the perfection is overrated and stupid, and nobody should be perfect. I think people should look a little funny. I think we should all look a little bit like a character actor, right? We're just like one chromosome away from apes. Like, come on. Be a little silly looking. Everybody, like, remember that the red carpet photo of Jenna Ortega that came out recently where she has like no eyebrows and like she's very pale and like bright red lips, like the whole thing? Like, you know the photo I'm talking about? I love it because she looks like a ghoul. She looks like a ghoul. She looks like I could buy her at Spirit Halloween to stand in my front yard and scare trick-or-treaters on October 31st. That's why I like it, because it's different and it's weird, right? She doesn't look like Kim Kardashian. She doesn't look like Megan Fox. She doesn't look like whatever Lindsay Lohan looks like now. She looks like a weird alien human. Good. Let's be weird. We should all be weird. We should all celebrate our flaws and just be strange and be weird and be character actors. AI is killing everything. I'm so sick of it. God, I sound like a really disgruntled millennial who doesn't want to scan a QR code for a menu right now. But I'm so passionate about it. God, I know you can't stop AI, but I think all of us more than ever should just look for imperfections and celebrate them. I want music with errors. I want to hear a singer be flat. Like, I want to see a pimple on a celebrity. I want to see just an indie film that used no CGI. I want to hear just voiceover that has a little crack in its voice that isn't perfect. Like, I just need more humanity in content moving forward. I know I'm not going to get it, but that's my angry man shakes fist at clouds Simpsons moment. But I don't know, guys. This show is wacky and weird, and it's just going to continue to do that unless this episode is also cursed and none of you see it. And then it gets buried forever, and then I just go cry. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Always appreciate you coming back and listening to my rants. I'm really sorry that Riley entered the set. I'm really sorry. I'm going to talk to her about that. I know you guys don't like dogs. You've made it very clear that you don't like dogs. I'm going to make sure that she knows she's not welcome. You're a cats only audience. I get that. No, that's not true. We love you, Riley. She's like 10 feet away. I love you. Anyway, just some quick dates. October 17th, Las Vegas Dive Bar. I'm opening up for the Misfits. If you can make it, please come out. Oktoberfest at Craft House is mid-September. If you're in Vegas, come out. I think it's like 18, 19, 20, 21. And gosh, what else? I think that's all for right now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and listening to me rant. I'm Prison Mike. All right, love you guys. Bye. Riley, come back. Come on. I still love you. I know. Here, you can come up. Hey, excuse me. No. Oh. Oh, Big Stretch. She's a good dog.